Hi, welcome to Just Martha Designs. Today I'm going to be working with the Hey Chick stamp set, and in particular I'm going to be using this stamp and this little chicken stamp and the Have a Happy Day. And I'm going to use those, and I'm going to teach you a masking technique so that you can create something similar to this. And this is the card that I'll be working on. I'm going to be using several different things today. I'm going to be using the Urban Underground washi tape, as well as the White Cardstock, Serene Scenery, and the Saffron Cardstock, and a scrap piece of the Sahara Sand. And I will list all the measurements as well as the cardstock and item numbers in the description down below. I will also be using a 1 1/4 round punch and my watercolor pencils. These are currently on back order right now, but I'll be using the watercolor pencils by Stampin' Up, as well as the Archival stamping pad in basic black. To get started making this, the first thing I need to do is I'm going to stamp out my chickens using a masking technique on my white cardstock. And to do this and create the effect of one chicken being in front of the other one, the first thing that I need to do is to take a scrap sheet of any kind of printer paper will work. And I'm going to stamp my chicken onto the scrap piece of printer paper. And this will help me create my mask. Using scissors, I will cut it out, and here's the one that I cut out earlier and used. Using my cardstock, I'm going to first stamp my chicken where I want him on the white cardstock. Using the mask that I just created, I'm going to place it over my stamped image, line him up there nicely. I'll take my second chicken, and I'm going to stamp him over the top of that chicken. And I can remove the mask, and now it looks like I have a little bit of a 3D effect going on there. While I have my stamps out, I'm going to take that scrap piece. We'll go ahead and set this up, and I'm going to stamp my Have a Happy Day onto my scrap Sahara Sand. and I'll put that aside for right now. Now I can put away my ink. Alright, using the watercolor pencils, you can decide whatever color you would like for your little chickens. And I think that I'm going to use the Calypso Coral, the gray. I think I'm going to do a little Bermuda Bay. And a daffodil delight. A brown. Alright, so I pulled out some colors that I'm going to use. And get a little highlight with some gray here. And a little ground for them to stand on. A little shadow. Alright, I'm going to take my Aqua Painter, has some water in it, and I am going to use that to kind of blend in some of this color that I've included on here and kind of drag it into places I want it and blend those colors together. The great thing about the watercolor pencils is that you don't have to completely color something. You can always use the water to mix and blend those colors nicely together. And I live in an area where there are quite a few chicken farms. I'm sure there are a lot of multicolored chickens running around here. And if not, we're going to pretend that there are. Make sure that it's like I've dragged all the color into the little places that are white. I really enjoy working with the watercolor pencils. I use them quite a bit, and I can see how they were very easily sold out. If you like a combination of painting and coloring, which I use a lot of colored pencils, so I enjoy that. It's something that I learned that I actually enjoyed. I'm not the greatest artist in my family. There are quite a few who are much better than I am. Alright, now down here, the little gray that I put, I'm going to make sure that I kind of smudge that up a bit. Alright. There are my little chickens. I'll set that aside right now to dry just a bit. I'm going to go ahead and punch this out using my 1 1/4 inch round punch. And I just line that up inside that little circle. And punch that out. And then I can set that aside. And when I say I have a scrap bin, I really have a scrap bin. I like to keep everything. Never throw away anything. You can always use it for something small. Or you can create a background that you enjoy. Okay. Alright. My Saffron is going to be the basis of my card. So I'm going to fold it in half. And using a little bone folder, or in my case a little wooden bone folder, fold that in half and crease it, and so now we have the basis of our card. I'm going to attach my scenery. It's the Serene scenery, and I will attach that onto the card, and I'm going to use my fast fuse. And center that as best as I can. Onto the card, and then the chickens that I just, and ignore that. If you make a mistake, you can always use things over again. In my case, I had made a mistake with my chicken earlier, so that's okay. And I'm going to put this more towards the edge. I like the paper, the Serene scenery paper. I want it to be seen. Alright, so put my chickens down. And I'm going to take my little Have a Happy Day. Put a little fast fuse on there. You could use the dimensionals and add that to the corner. And then I'm going to take some of the washi tape from the Urban Underground. Find my little edge. And I'm just going to add like a couple of small pieces up at the top, just to give it a little more pop of color, a little more interesting detail. And we'll let the bottom and card is finished. Hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, I will actually post the dimensions for the cutting for each piece down below. If you enjoy seeing my cards, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. And for even more tutorials and special items, be sure to visit my website at justmarthadesigns.com. And as always, I enjoy making these videos for you, and I hope that you enjoy them. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, and make sure that you come back and visit my channel. Thank you.